a news hour tonight. Gombe residents raise alarm over chemical use in local spices. Tank explosion rocks Niger State, no casualties reported. Troops intercept massive arms cache in Zamfara, intensify search for Bello Turji. On the international scene, UN says Goma hospitals overrun amid Congo clashes. Good evening and welcome to Trust News Hour. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. A popular spice pepper mix known as yaji has become the subject of growing consumer complaints in Gombe State. Many allege that some yaji sellers are adulterating the product with unknown additives to increase its quantity due to high cost of known ingredients, raising health concerns. Trust TV's Hassan Kooli reports that authorities, including NAFDAC, are responding with measures to address these allegations. His report.
Yaji, a staple in many households, is loved for its rich flavor and aroma. It is used in many local foods such as suya, fried yam, beans cake, popularly known as akara, and rice. Yaji comes in different types and is used for different purposes. To make the spice, we mix pepper, color, daddawa, jawa, salt and more. Butchers and food vendors are the major customers as they use yaji in large quantities. Despite being loved by many, some yaji consumers are now worried about its safety, accusing sellers of adulterating the product with harmful substances to increase profit. They are therefore urging authorities to monitor yaji producers and sellers to ensure the safety of the product.
You see, because of the economic situation of the country, people tend to find an alternative situation in order to find something to consume, which will require limited amount of resources. But then the producers of this blended paper, they take advantage of such scenario and adulterate it in such a way that it either increase the quantity of the blended paper and sell it for the same amount of which the unadulterated will be sold for. If regulators like Standard Organization of Nigeria, or maybe the NAFDAC, or maybe the FCCPC will focus their satellite into these issues. Maybe we may as well, if not stop it all, but at least limit the high rate of adulteration going on in this production environment.
As a yaji consumer, the danwake, the garau, and the other things, we use yaji. So I love using yaji. But then, yes, that's this particular day I bought a yaji, and through the test, it wasn't convincing that it is a real yaji. So I have this suspicion that it is going to be likely true that they are using some additives in producing yaji, maybe to have a large quantity of yaji, or to have maybe to change the color to yaji.
The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control (NAFDAC) has acknowledged these concerns, with officials of the agency saying they are working on measures to crack down on adulteration and ensure food safety standards are met. They describe the fight as a collaborative effort.
Local producers of yaji and spices in Gombe, they fall under the group of people that we regulate. And what we have done here so far has been that we partner with micro-scale producers by sensitizing and encouraging them to be aware of our guidelines for good hygiene practice. We've had different forums where we will interact with women who are into production of spices, and which G also falls under. Through also some partners and organizations that want to empower women, we've always used different platforms to interface with producers of spices and which G falls under, to encourage them to produce under good hygiene practice. Okay, the role we think the public can play is to always report any case of suspected adulteration of products. Just like the popular saying that if you see something, say something.
Consumers are hopeful that these steps will restore confidence in the yaji they possess, but until then, they are urging fellow buyers to be cautious and report suspicious product to authorities. Hassan Koli, Trust TV News, Gombe.
Over in Niger State, another tanker loaded with 60,000 litres of premium motor spirit PMS, popularly known as petrol, has fallen and exploded at Kusoboggi in Ege local government area of the state. The scene of the incident is a boundary between Ege and Lapai local government areas. Sources on Monday said the incident happened around 6 p.m, adding that no life was lost. A resident of Lapai, Mahmoud Abubakar, said the tanker fell down, went up in flames while trying to overtake another truck when it veered off the road due to speed. While attributing the incident to overspeeding and loss of control, he said the incident happened last week when the tanker rammed into a stationary truck parked by the road. Joining us from Niger State is our reporter, Abubakar Akote, to give us an update on the situation. Good evening, Akote. Akote? Good evening. If you can hear us, could you give us an overview of the situation in Niger State?
Yesterday's tanker explosion, which happened around 6 p.m. At Kusoboggi, a neighboring community bordering Lapai and Agri local government area, is second in less than 2 weeks. Prior to yesterday's incident, a similar another tanker exploded in the same location when residents said it rammed into a stationary truck who developed fault and was left by the roadside. So the tanker explosion in the state has become quite alarming. Though yesterday's incident didn't claim lives, though they said the driver and his boy sustained injuries and were being treated at the Lapai General Hospital.
All right, Akote. So, is there any reason really why this incident keeps occurring at that stretch, that particular stretch of road? Are the roads bad? What exactly could pinpoint to the reason or cause for these constant tanker explosions?
This particular joint where yesterday's incident happened and that of last week, it's not actually by it has been fixed. It's part of these stretches that have been constructed as part of ongoing reconstruction work on Lambata Lapai Agay Road. So this particular stretch has been constructed. What the residents said is that because the road is now motorable, the tankers and the other heavy vehicles are always on top of their speed. They don't actually maintain speed limit. Even yesterday's incident, according to eyewitnesses, happened when the tanker tried to overtake, and then it veered off the road, and the back of the trailer detached from the head, and then it suddenly fell down. So it's due to overspeeding because the stress of the road, that axis, have been completed, have been reconstructed, which is makes it motorable for vehicles now. So the portion is not that deplorable.
It's quite sad to see that when the road was bad, these incidents were not happening, but now that it's fixed, we're now having a challenge. Hopefully the government will do something, maybe speed bumps, to ease this situation. Thank you so much, Okote, for that update.
Thank you. Thank you.
Still in Niger State, a Monday evening fire has completely destroyed the Block D female hostel at the Federal Polytechnic Bigda. According to reports, the fire started around 5 p.m. while students were attending lectures. The blaze was allegedly ignited as the school's cleaners were burning refuse. Eyewitnesses confirmed that no lives were lost, but many students lost their belongings in the inferno. The public relations officer of the Polytechnic, Abubakar Duzukogi, when contacted, confirmed the incident. Into political matters, embattled PDP National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu, convened a Southeast stakeholders meeting on Tuesday in a bid to solidify his position, recently nullified by a federal high court. This comes as the Court of Appeal affirmed Sunday Ude Okoye as the legitimate National Secretary of the PDP, escalating tensions within the party's leadership ahead of his February 28 National Executive Committee meeting in Abuja. Trust TV's Chafiu Suleiman tells us more in this report.
Behind me, as you can see, is Wadata Plaza, the center of attraction for the People's Democratic Party, being its national headquarters. But it is also becoming a perpetual house of commotion, looking at the internal crisis rocking the party, with parallel meetings taking place at both the headquarters of the party and, of course, at zonal levels. The leadership has also been polarized along different camps. The camps of a former governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, another camp belonging to the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and presidential candidate of the party in the 2023 election. On the other hand, you have also the Governors Forum, being led by the Governor of Bauchi State, Bala Mohammed. All of them battling for the soul of the People's Democratic Party.
If you say you're a national secretary, I'm still here. I'm in my office. I'm working for the party. Exercise patience. 9th of December is by the corner. By the time I finish, if you're capable, come back for convention and let the people vote you in.
As we speak now, the Southeast Zonal Caucus is holding at the Neck Hall to resolve the similar issues in the Southeast. So it is all of these stakeholders' engagement now build up into NEC. NEC will now be for ratification and maybe a few dotting of the I's and crossing of the T's of the stakeholders' engagement. Otherwise, we want to leave everything for NEC. That's why we'll be ready to sit down for the next 1 week inside one hall to start treating issues from state by state or zone by zone.
A NEC meeting of the party supposedly being called upon to address some of the concerns within the party has to be shifted severally with no definite timeline. The last we had was about the 28th of February being the date for this NEC meeting. But as it is, there is also contention. Some say it has to take place in December when the tenure of the current leadership of the party expires. It only remains to be seen. If some of these meetings, like the one taking place behind closed doors here, by the stakeholders of the party in the Southeast, could resolve some of this crisis. From the Odata Plaza, Shapiro Suleiman, Trust TV News.
Still with PDP-related matters, the crisis within the party continued as the National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologwanwa, and then battled National Vice Chairman for the Southeast, Ali Odefa, rejected the National Working Committee and Southeast Stakeholders meeting called by Acting National Chairman Umar Damagum. The PDP has faced significant internal turmoil both before and after the 2023 general elections, with the leadership crisis worsening due to disagreements over the national secretary position. In 2023, the southeast zone of the PDP nominated former national youth leader Sunday Okoye to replace Anyanwu as national secretary after Anyanwu became the party's candidate for the Imo State governorship election. The Southeast PDP argued that Anyanwu should step down from his role, sparking further controversy. On December 20, 2024, the appeal court in Enugu affirmed Okoye's appointment as PDP national secretary, and the ruling was officially communicated to party leadership on December 24. However, just last week, the Court of Appeal in Abuja issued a restraining order directing Anyanwu to remain national secretary until the Supreme Court makes a ruling on the appeal. The hearing for the motion to stay execution was adjourned to a later date. Over in Rivers State, the governor Siminalayi Fubara has promised to remain humble and true to his values despite the trappings of power. Speaking on Tuesday during a celebratory event with stakeholders at the Government House to mark his 50th birthday, Fubara assured attendees that he would stay committed to the promises he made to the people of Rivers State. Reflecting on the occasion, the governor said he was deeply moved by the presence of state leaders who gathered to celebrate him, adding that it brought him to tears. Fubara would describe his birthday as a golden jubilee, said he normally does not celebrate birthdays but was grateful for the love and sacrifices of those who came to honor him. The governor also vowed to prioritize the development of the state, saying he would work with stakeholders to create a river state that meets the aspirations of its people.
I would say remain in Fubara that with your support, that river state that we all yearn for, we will definitely, even if we don't get it completely, we'll put those things in place that will channel us and drive us to that river state with your support. That is the only thing that I know I can assure you. I will not do anything, act in any manner that will bring disgrace to myself or to every one of you that have come.
President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has strongly condemned the practice of top bureaucrats in the National Assembly seeking to extend their service beyond their official tenure, labeling it a significant lapse in governance. During a meeting with the outgoing chairman of the National Assembly Service Commission, NASC, Akpabio urged the commission to utilize its authority to remove such officials without delay. He expressed concern that his behavior has politicized the parliamentary system and led to factionalism within the Parliamentary Staff Association of Nigeria. Akpabio emphasized the need for legislative amendments to ensure a more disciplined and effective service delivery system within the National Assembly. Earlier, the outgoing chairman of National Assembly Service Commission, NASC, Ahmed Kadi Amshi, told the Senate President that he and 5 others out of the 6 national commissioners of the Commission will be ending their service on the 7th of February 2025, having assumed office on February 7th, 2020.
Unnecessary politicization of the tenures of your staff due to the action and inaction of the National Assembly Service Commission. Because if you were firm and applied the provisions of the Act to the letter, nobody would dare stay 1 hour longer. I am aware that sometimes you give people letters to go on terminal leave, and you even say they should hand over to people, and they say they ignore you, and you don't do anything about it. You continue as if it doesn't matter. It does matter, because when indiscipline is allowed to creep into the system,
it means the system cannot function well. But if you are constantly rubbing minds with presiding officers, we request the leadership to continue to provide support for the project to see its completion. We assure you that the project will make inefficient edifice and will be a reference point and a thing of pride to the 10th National Assembly when fully completed. So, Your Excellency, this project is my baby, but I'm handing it over to you, sir. So, acknowledgements, Your Excellency, first and foremost, we thank God Almighty for seeing us through this year, 5-year tenure. There is no need to hide the fact that it was quite stressful, Your Excellency.
The Medical and Dental Consultants Association of Nigeria, MDCAN, has said the current ratio of 1 doctor to 2,500 patients in Nigeria falls short of the World Health Organization WHO recommendation. The association said that WHO recommended 1 doctor to 600 patients. Writing from the National Executive Council (NEC) of the association in Ilori, Kwara State, the association said the situation has been worsened by the Japa syndrome, especially for specialist services which MDCAN members provide. The position of the association was made known in a communique made available to newsmen in Jos, the Plateau State capital, after the Ilori meeting. The communique, which was signed by the MDCAN President Aminu Mohammed and Secretary Dayobu Ibrahim, also frowned at the slow progress of implementation of all the decisions and resolutions, as well as Memorandum of Understanding MOU reached recently between the association and the federal government on her demands, which was mediated by the Minister of Labour to resolve the industrial dispute in November of 2024. The former wife of the Ooni of Ife, Naomi Shilekwola, the chairman of an Ibadan-based broadcasting station, Oriyomi Hamzat, and the principal of Islamic High School, Bashorun, Abdul Habib Fashasi, again appeared on Monday before the Chief Magistrate Court in Ibadan, Oyo State. The trio faced 4 counts bordering on conspiracy, murder, manslaughter, and negligence in connection with the deaths of 35 children during a stampede at a Christmas fanfare held on December 18, 2024. Previously, they were held on a golden charge by the same court, but were granted bail on legal grounds after their counsel argued that a golden charge is neither recognized nor valid under Nigerian law. The case slated for mention on Monday was adjourned by the Chief Magistrate until March 24, 2025. You're still on to News Hour and Trust TV. Still to come. 23-year-old Jigawa man defies rheumatoid arthritis to become computer prodigy. The story and more when we return. Please to stay with us. Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Now a recap of our top stories. We told you that Gombe residents raised alarm over chemical use in local spices. We also informed you of a tanker explosion that rocked Niger State. However, no casualties were reported. Two more stories. Issa Tessiu Rebu, a 23-year-old from Ringim, Jigawa State, is a testament to the power of perseverance. Despite living with a physical disability, he has become a computer prodigy, designing software, developing AI applications, and building a successful career in technology. Ali Rabiu Ali has more.
Diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at the age of 9, Issa's journey has been marked by significant challenges. The chronic autoimmune disorder, which causes inflammation, pain, and swelling in the joints, has impacted his life in profound ways. He lost his father at a young age, and his condition worsened, forcing him to drop out of college. However, Issa refused to let his circumstances define him. With the unwavering support of his family, he discovered a passion for technology. He began by learning to operate and repair cell phones, a skill that ignited his interest in software development and artificial intelligence. He is now proficient in these areas, having supervised over 100 websites and created numerous AI-powered solutions. The income he earns helps him manage the cost of his medication. I was born and raised in Ringim, Jigawa. I completed my primary and secondary education There, before starting higher education, however, I began experiencing symptoms of a disease that eventually weakened my immune system and damaged my joints, forcing me to stop my studies in my second year at the College of Islamic and Legal Studies, Ringim. Despite seeking treatment at hospitals like Dala and Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital, my condition worsened and I became unable to do anything for myself. Even simple touch caused me severe pain. Fortunately, I learned how to operate and repair cell phones, which led me to explore software development, applications, and artificial intelligence through online research. His mother, Hamida Ibrahim, recounted the family's struggles to find adequate medical care for Isa.
He began experiencing this challenge in 2010. At the age of 8, since then, we have been carrying him on our backs to Aminu Kano Teaching Hospital and Dala Orthopedic Hospital because he was unable to walk. At Dala Orthopedic Hospital, he received injections of Donometa, which helped him walk for a time. However, his ability to walk deteriorated, and we continued treatment until we could no longer afford it.
His stepfather, Mukhtar Kaugama, praised Isa's remarkable resilience.
Alhamdulillah, shi Ubangiji shine mai yin da so kuma yadda yake so.
From God we come, and to him we shall return. My name is Mukhtar Kaugama. I'm Isa's stepfather. Isa has endured a difficult life. When his illness worsened, he was studying at Liga Ringim, where he was a Quran Hafiz. He has learned how to operate and repair cell phones and asked us to buy him one. He used to learn many things, including software engineering. He continued to upgrade his tools and manage his condition with some medications. Despite his challenges, Isa never gave up hope. He faced his illness with resilience, knowing that Allah is all-knowing and will reward him in the future. Dr. Ibrahim Marzuk, a physiotherapist at the Federal University Duse Teaching Hospital, confirmed Isa's diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis. He explained that the RA is a chronic condition requiring ongoing management.
His mother was told he had septic arthritis at the age of 8, probably because that age everything can happen, and septic arthritis can happen at any age. And luckily enough, or unfortunately, at the beginning of rheumatoid arthritis, which is actually what the deformity looks like, because I've seen how much deformed his hand is and how much deformed his toes are, and from there I started thinking he has rheumatoid arthritis, and with all the complaint of the severe pain he has, which at some point he find it difficult to sleep.
Isa's story is a powerful source of inspiration for others living with disabilities, as he embodies the idea that ability exists within disability. By refusing to surrender to limitations imposed by his condition, he has now transformed adversity into achievement, pursuing his passions with unwavering determination. Looking to the future, Isa remains hopeful that his health will improve, allowing him to continue making significant contributions to the third world.
In security matters, troops of 1 Brigade of the Joint Task Force Operation Fatinyama, in collaboration with operatives of the Department of State Services, have intercepted a cache of arms in the Koral Namudo local government area of Zamfara State. The operation, conducted on Monday, was based on intelligence regarding suspected arms dealers operating in the Niger Republic area. This was disclosed in a statement on Tuesday by the coordinator, Joint Media Coordinator Center Operation Fatinyama, Lieutenant Colonel Abubakar Abdullahi. He said the troops launched a covert operation to track the suspects, resulting in a pursuit along the Corona Modo Zurumi Road. According to the statement, the suspects attempted to escape by diverting their vehicle into the bush, but were forced to abandon it after being engaged by the troops. Troops also said continued search for bandits kingpin Bello Turuji, that has since been declared wanted by the military authorities, is ongoing. A fresh tragedy hit Malamfashi local government area of Katsina State as gunmen suspected to be bandits killed a policeman and abducted one person. The incident occurred around 2 a.m. this Tuesday. The suspected bandits, who sneaked into the town under the cover of darkness, went straight to the Malamfashi Council Chairman's house, Marhazuddei, killing the policeman on duty before they forcefully gained entrance into the house. After sporadic gunshots and heavy destructions, the suspected bandits went away with one of his children. The spokesperson of Katsina State Police Command, ASP Sadiq Aliyu, confirmed the incident, assuring that 3 people have been arrested in connection with the attacks. Away from that, over in Lagos State, commercial drivers have been reacting to the announcement by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, that all commercial vehicles must have third-party motor insurance starting from February 1, 2025. Here's more.
The Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, recently announced the mandatory enforcement of third-party motor insurance for all commercial vehicles nationwide, effective February 1, 2025. This announcement comes as many commercial vehicles currently operate without insurance. While commercial vehicles are a significant contributor to the insurance industry revenue, their coverage often lags behind that of private vehicles. In Lagos, residents share their perspectives on the IGP's announcement.
I am fully in support of all the commercial vehicles to obtain their insurance, if at all, third party. It is mandatory for all the vehicles plying the road to have their insurance, to have the papers intact. Unlike me, this is Pangrove. Majority of our people here have their papers, including me. I don't joke with the renewal of my papers, including my driver's license. I believe and I'm in full support of it. It is mandatory.
Yes, my vehicle have insurance. My vehicle have insurance. So it's good to have insurance in case if anything happens on the road. Without insurance, you can cover your loss back.
All vehicles flying the commercial road every single day. Not every time you are financially buoyant to take care of everyday expenditure. And the third-party motor insurance is 15,000 naira. Once you have that, in case uncertainty happens, once you are on the road, the insurance company will take care of the vehicle that was damaged in the course of accident. So I advise all Nigerians to get their third-party insurance, which is 15,000 naira.
The thing that I can talk about it is that my insurance vehicle is okay. I know that and I don't know anything about it. That is what I know.
How can I use my money to go and show what is not okay? I've not even put the motor in order. I don't have money to buy tire. I don't have money to buy parts. I don't have even money to buy fuel. Per litre now is 1,000. How many liters will I use to go and come? Police are there collecting money from us. Abu are there collecting money from us. We are paying one ticket. They are supposed to be 300 naira or 200. They are collecting it 800 naira. One ticket every day. So things are too hard. So that's what they should talk. They should talk to the government, the president and the other people. That's what they should. It's not insurance. Insurance is not the problem.
Although this policy aims to reduce fraud and improve road safety by ensuring all commercial vehicle owners comply with insurance regulations, it remains to be seen how effectively it will be implemented and enforced.
Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum has commissioned the Banki International Cattle Market and other projects in Bama local government area. The ceremony was attended by special dignitaries, including the governor of the far north region of Cameroon and Chad. Cris reports.
The international cattle market, designed to foster economic growth and build the resilience of the Bama community, comprises 12 large and 3 small ready-made sheds, water facility, shops, stalls, administrative block, conference hall, among others. The governor also commissioned a 20-classroom day secondary school and staff quarters, including the government lodge in Banki, to provide accommodation for dignitaries and government officials.
I call upon our esteemed dignitaries and officials from both nations to collaborate in dismantling barriers to transborder trade. Together, we can reignite the vibrant commercial activities that once characterized this region and explore joint economic initiatives in agriculture, livestock, and infrastructure development. Border security is a cornerstone of trade
and economic activities. Through cooperation, we can ensure the safety of traders and residents while facilitating the return and resettlement of displaced persons.
The Governor Lodge will serve as a symbol of hospitality and warmth, welcoming visitors and dignitaries from far and wide. The school will empower future generations with knowledge and skill, shaping the minds of tomorrow's leaders. The cattle markets will transform the agricultural sector, boost economic growth, food security and job creation. This boost will not only benefit to the youth of Nigeria, but us Cameroonians as well.
Special guests in their goodwill messages lauded the projects executed by Governor Zulum and urged the community to utilize the opportunities to rebuild their lives.
These structures built on the foundation of resilience and hope will undoubtedly provide enduring joy and opportunities for the people of Banki, who bravely overcome these immense challenges. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I once again extend my warm welcome and heartfelt appreciation to all who have graced this occasion and contributed to its success. May this project serve as a lasting symbol of progress and unity.
On this note, I congratulate our businessmen and women on this commissioning of this market and the start of business activities here, and charge them to seize this opportunity to uplift their lives and contribute to making the lives of others better by carrying out their business with compassion and fear of Almighty Allah.
Governor Zulum said the cattle market will boost inter-country trade with neighboring countries and accelerate economic recovery in conflict-affected communities. Bitrus Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
You're still on to News Hour on Trust TV. Still to come, business, foreign and sports. Just stay with us. Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us. Now, the global tech world is reeling after China's DeepSeek launched its R1 chatbot, shaking the AI industry to its core. With AI giants like Nvidia losing billions in market value and Wall Street in turmoil, R1 is disrupting not just markets, but the dominance of U.S. tech leaders. As nations like the U.S. scramble to respond, could this be Nigeria's moment to harness affordable AI for growth in agriculture, healthcare, and education? Abdullahi Ahmed explains.
The global tech sector is in turmoil after China's DeepSeek launched its R1 chatbot, disrupting the AI space and sending markets into a tailspin. Japanese tech firms were hit hard following Wall Street's sharp sell-off, with AI giants like Nvidia losing 17% of their market value, erasing well over $500 billion. DeepSeek's R1, boasting capabilities rivaling US AI leaders at a fraction of the investment, has shaken confidence in the multi-billion-dollar business models dominating the industry. US President Donald Trump called the development a, quote, wake-up call, while unveiling a $500 billion initiative to bolster America's AI infrastructure. Meanwhile, OpenAI CEO Sam Altman labeled the R1 chatbot as impressive, fueling speculations that DeepSeek could redefine the AI landscape. The fallout isn't just financial, it signals a potential paradigm shift. Analysts warn that R1 could reduce global demand for high-cost AI infrastructure, chips, and energy, challenging the dominance of US tech giants and reshaping supply chains across the world. For Nigeria, this disruption is an opportunity to carve out a space in the global AI market. DeepSeek's cost-efficient AI solutions lower barriers for adoption, making it possible to integrate AI into critical sectors like agriculture, healthcare, and education. With a youthful, tech-savvy population, Nigeria could position itself, according to experts, as a hub for AI talent, attracting global investors while fostering local innovation. Additionally, if AI's energy demands decrease, Nigeria's developing power infrastructure could support the growth of AI applications without overwhelming the national grid. But to capitalize on these opportunities, experts say strategic investments in digital infrastructure, education, and favorable policies remain crucial. DeepSeek's R1 chatbox is more than a chatbot. It's a disruption reshaping the AI revolution and the global economy. While it challenges the dominance of US tech giants, it opens doors for countries like Nigeria to leap into the digital economy and lead innovation in emerging markets. The question now is, will Nigeria seize this moment to leap forward in the digital economy? The stage is set and the future is up for grabs.
Let's join Yusuf Kogu for stock market update.
Welcome to Stock Market Update. I am Yusuf Akogu. NGX closes Tuesday trading in red as mixed sentiment trades stocks across trading tables. Leading the losers today is MRS. MRS down 9.95% to close at 162 naira and 90 kobo per share. Red Star Res also down 9.90% to close at 4 naira and 55 kobo per share there as well. Len Africa recorded 9.82% downward to close at 4 naira and 50 kobo per share. This has dragged down the index downward by 0.44%. Volume of trade 542 million shares, value at 13.6 billion naira, in a list of 15,561 lead exchanges among investors. The top trading equities by volume, we have Access Corporation lead the table there, 43.9 million volume of shares to traders. Sterling Bank Nigeria PLC 42 million shares. Of course, Zenith Bank PLC 33.8 million volume of shares were traded at the close of business today. Some equities recorded gains. Leading the gainers is Okomo Oil. Okomo Oil gained 10% to close at 488 naira and 40 kobo per share. Unisol there from the chemical manufacturing company there gained 10% to close at 12 naira and 54 kobo per share. SOA Motors also gained 10% to close at 4 naira and 7 kobo per share there. And that's the highlight of Nigerian stock market. Let's see the global stock market for today. And that's Stock Market Update. I am Yusuf Akogu.
Away from Nigeria, UN aid agencies have warned of a major humanitarian crisis in the Congolese city of Goma, with hospitals overwhelmed by casualties and bodies lying on the streets. Thousands of people have been fleeing multiple active conflict zones, the UN Refugee Agency, UNHCR, disclosed. The aid agencies said their warehouses with food and medical supplies have been looted as M23 rebels continue to battle to take control of the city. Anger has been growing over the M23 offensive, and calls for peace talks to end the fighting are mounting. Speaking to reporters in Geneva, the International Committee of the Red Cross, ICRC, said its hospital in Goma received more than 100 wounded in just 24 hours, a number it previously received over the course of a month. It said this had forced its staff to turn the hospital car park into a triage unit. Thousands of people rallied Tuesday in Niger and Burkina Faso in support of the withdrawal of their countries from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, which is due to take effect Wednesday. Their imminent departure from the bloc alongside Mali has fractured the region and is leaving the ECOWAS group with an uncertain future. The three junta-led countries formally notified ECOWAS of their plan for an immediate withdrawal in January 2024, citing the organization's excessive dependence on France in particular. The three Sahelian countries have teamed up to form a separate confederation called the Alliance of Sahel States, AES. In Niger, thousands of people led by members of the military regime gathered around the square in the capital Niamey before heading towards the nearby National Assembly. In Burkina Faso, thousands of people, including Prime Minister Rim Talba Jean Emmanuel and other members of the government, gathered in Ouagadougou's Nation Square. Rallies were also expected in Mali. The tail of a passenger aircraft caught fire at an international airport in South Korea's second largest city on Tuesday, forcing the evacuation of 176 people on board. The Air Busan plane, bound for Hong Kong from Gimye International Airport in southeastern Busan, caught fire at around 10:30 p.m. local time, according to reports. A total of 169 passengers and 7 flight attendants were evacuated down inflatable slides, sources said, without providing any information about the cause of the fire. Busan's fire authorities were not immediately available for comment. South Korea suffered its worst aviation disaster on its soil last month when a Jeju Air Boeing 737-800 flying from Thailand to Muan on December 29 crash-landed and exploded into a fireball after slamming into a concrete barrier. The crash killed 179 of the 181 passengers and crew members on board. It's now time for Sports Update with Adeni Ajishafe.
The Nigerian Rugby Football Federation (NRFF) has suspended 7 players from Edo and Delta rugby clubs due to disciplinary infractions during league matches played at Adolo College, Benin City, in the 2023-2024 league season. Following a thorough investigation, the NRFF disciplinary committee found the players guilty of misconduct in connection with a fight that erupted during the matches. The incident led to decisive action to maintain the league integrity and sportsmanship. Each player is to serve a 2-month suspension commencing from the Super 6 playoffs up to the 2024-2025 regular league season. The NRFF emphasized its commitment to upholding discipline and ensuring a fair playing environment for all teams and players. And still in sport, the Bayelsa State government said it will bid for the hosting of the National Sports Festival in 2028 when the new stadium sited at Igbogene in Yanagua local government area of the state is completed by the government. Commissioner for Sport Development Daniel Igali said this during a visit to the site to ascertain the level of work done by the contractor in charge of clearing the site. Igali noted that the new stadium will occupy about 40 hectares of land with a seating capacity of 25,000. The construction of the 25,000 seating capacity stadium is expected to be completed within 24 months. Igali explained further that the stadium will be a multipurpose stadium that will have 2 training pitches, swimming pool, diving pool, basketball court, volleyball court, tennis court, table tennis hall, and about 8 different halls that will house other sport. The Olympia asserted that the essence of constructing the world-class stadium is to ensure that Bayelsa State adequately holds the 2028 National Sports Festival, pointing out that the stadium will be the most modern in Nigeria with video assistant referee VAR facilities. And lastly, in football, Enyimba striker Brownie Deye, who returned to the Nigerian Premier Football League after a European sojourn, has borne his mind on the state of the league, noting that there is no improvement in the league as the system is getting worse. His statement is directed towards organization and professionalism in the league. Deye last played in the NPF about 17 years ago at the beginning of his career. He is making a return to the league after years of exposure playing in top 5 European leagues and other standard leagues in the world. Brownie Deye, who has not been impressed by the level of organization he has seen so far in the MPFL, said the system has not improved.
In terms of traveling bad, in terms of feeding bad, in terms of hotel bad, in terms of how the players relax bad. So we Nigerians are not ready for Continental. For me, I feel like we should put our house together before we can go play Continental instead of going there to disgrace ourselves.
Deye played for Bayelsa United and Ocean Boys in 2007, winning the Nigerian League before moving overseas. A member of 2013 AFCON winning Super Eagles squad, he featured for Nigeria 28 times at the international level. Super Eagles legend Ahmed Musa and Abdullahi Shehu are playing for Kano Pillars, as well as Michael Uchebo, who returned to Rangers International after returning from Europe. That's Sport News. I'm Adeni Ajishafe.
Concludes News Hour tonight on Trust TV. For more of our news programs and documentaries, do want to follow us on our social media platforms and on our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thank you for joining us tonight. Good night.